of audio. Radio killed the video. Nope, it's the other way around.
Nope.
Video killed the radio star. I saw Joel look up like, wait, that's not how I heard it.
That seems wrong.
It seems wrong. So we have audio. People can hear us, but they still can't see us. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, good.
Our
I didn't
YouTube.
even spend any time on my hair today. So
I get someone already did it for me. This is Bobby Cool, Daddy Slick Breeze. Loud noises. I can hear it. Loud noises shouldn't be too loud.
Turn your volume down.
I don't think he's saying it's loud. I think he's saying loud noises like from Anchorman.
Oh, loud noises.
Mm-hmm.
No video. Yep, no video quite yet. So for our audio listener or YouTube watchers, this is just a quick reminder that Paige Pierce will be in the store this Friday, and she will be there to sign discs. This is our kind of early judges, signature judges that she has. You can get this. You can also get a Dimax of Paige Pierce celebrating her world championship win. But you can actually order anything right now. In the notes, put, I would love to have Paige Pierce sign my disc, and she will sign it this Friday at noon Central. We'll go live for about an hour, and you'll be able to get a signature there from her, watch her sign all these discs. But like I said, you don't have to wait until this Friday to order. You can order right now. Just make sure you put in the notes that you want her to sign it, and she will sign that for you. She'll be happy to. Now, of course, if you do order the Paige Pierce discs, it will go toward proceeds to help her be out on tour. And I know just from talking, I haven't talked to her much, but just talking to different people, she is super excited about getting out there and touring some more and playing some more. So let's see if we can help her achieve that with these discs.
Bang.
Now you can see us. What's up, everybody?
Jay Treelove said, I tuned in to see your mugs. So
Got him.
here they are.
One more thing for our visual people, just to kind of give you a rundown. You can actually see here.
He didn't get it.
Yeah, I did. Mugs.
Oh.
Page mugs. Bjorkus. Mugs.
Well, because you said, here we are.
Oh. So this is Shane Klein dressed up as a Paige Pierce convict.
Pretty solid.
Pretty solid. This is Justin
Yep.
dressed up as a sheriff.
Sheriff.
Connie dressed up as a soldier cooler bag. Jamie dressed up as a judge. And Paige Rankin dressed up as a thief. So,
Nice.
why am I showing you all this? Because tomorrow is Halloween, and we still have the contest going where if you dress up as a Dynamic Discs, Westside Discs, or Latitude 64 product, and we select your image, you got to tag us and use Dynamic Halloween hashtag, you have the chance to win a PDJ Junior Worlds Compact cart. So make sure you get out there and do that.
Those are pretty sweet. You've been using one of those occasionally, yeah?
A couple times, yeah. Yeah, I liked it.
Pretty nice.
Oh, the junior cart. I'm like, what is he talking about?
Yeah.
A costume or something I missed?
No, just a cart.
Just a product you were talking about.
Yeah.
When is the contest closing? When is the contest closing? That's an excellent question. The contest ends. I'm going to select a winner on November 2nd.
Wow.
So
Friday.
If you had a party this past weekend, you got some pictures, make sure you post them and tag us. If you got a party throughout this week, post it on Instagram or Facebook, tag Dynamic Discs, and use the hashtag Dynamic Halloween. And then I'll pick it on that November 2nd Friday. Because I can imagine people are going to have Halloween parties after, the weekend after, no?
Usually they would have happened, I think, this past weekend.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, this past weekend. And then I'm assuming they'll dress up with their kids and take them out Halloween.
Right.
Trick-or-treating or trunk-or-treating. Or
What are you dressing up as, Bobby?
your face.
Okay. Good luck.
Yeah.
There is
Just,
lots of hair up here. You're gonna need a wig.
I'm gonna need a wig. I have not figured it out yet. It's gonna be game time decision.
It is game time.
I have a very.
Do you have something already?
I have a.
No.
Oh.
See,
I'm going as EMAC.
as an EMAC.
Yeah, I
That's
respect
not
that.
fair. Not fair at all.
Yeah,
It's not his fault.
not my fault.
Not his fault. We named a disc after him. I have a good idea.
Just go around telling the truth. I'm EMAC truth.
Yeah.
Listen here, I'm telling the truth.
I'm not gonna.
I have a
lie
good
to
idea,
Harlem.
but I don't know if I'll be able to execute it or
Every
not.
other day.
Every other day though.
You don't know how you're going to execute it?
Yeah, I don't know if I will or not.
Will it take how much?
It won't take that much work. It's more costume.
Does
type
it involve shaving?
stuff. No, I will be doing that anyway, but it doesn't involve shaving at this point.
Right. Well,
I'll try my best. I don't think it'll be like readily apparent what it is, but when I tell you, you'll be like, oh, okay.
Just like the average
We'll
man,
just,
yeah,
just wait
okay.
and see. Yeah.
Kind of.
I want to be like, yeah, okay. Not, yeah, okay.
I'll tell you guys the idea offset.
Okay.
Oh
And then
man, we can't tell our listeners. There's only
No.
113
Yep.
of them right now.
No, it's okay.
You'll see pictures.
I'm gonna keep it a secret.
What's everybody? Everybody, tell us in the chat what they're dressing up as. Let us know what you're going to dress up as.
I already saw the Lucid X EMAC Trespass.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I saw that. I reposted that on whatever.
Insta.
And then someone else did. They were dressed up as Power Rangers, but they
Yeah,
were
with
holding
the
a
Ranger
Ranger
bag.
bag. I
That's
thought
cool.
that was kind of clever. So yeah, so anything like that, that's clever. That
Dude,
would be
Power
really cool.
Rangers. What a throwback.
They're still going.
That's
I
like
saw
yeah, okay.
I saw a
It's not really a throwback to me. I mean, it is because it was so long ago, but
Right.
it was like in that time frame of my life that I wouldn't have watched it.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
See,
So
right.
it's not like a true throwback.
Correct.
For me.
It was for me. Like I grew up like I was stoked about Power
Like
Rangers.
Fraggle Rock.
Yes. Okay, I remember Fraggle Rock, but again like a little I was on the tail end of it.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
But yeah, Power Rangers, very good. I also saw a 90s trivia video the other day, and the people who were in the video were terrible. And I was just like, I remember this. I remember this.
Yeah.
This is awesome. We should consider doing something.
So what's a good throwback for you, Bobby? Like color TV or
Yeah. Horseback.
The telephone.
Carriage. Horseback ride. No, I was actually listening
Singing
to
telegrams.
listening to a podcast, and the guy was talking. I can't remember what the podcast was. I know it wasn't Joe Rogan. It was another one. Anyway, the guy had made a living his entire life being a Power Ranger.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Like in Hollywood or something
Yeah,
on the corner.
like
and
10. Yeah. No.
No, like they do
oh,
that.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I was like,
I'm not saying like that. Not that corner, Bobby.
Oh, no.
no. He literally was on the Power Ranger show.
Oh, okay.
And he'd done it for
Okay,
like
cool.
10 to 12 years.
Nice.
And he made a good living, and he brought it up because people used to make fun of him, because they'd say, "Well, what do you do?" "I'm an actor." "Oh, really? What do you do?" "Well, I'm a Power Ranger." And people were like, "Oh, a Power Ranger." And he's like, "Yeah, I make good money being
Yeah.
a Power Ranger."
Yeah,
so.
there's
I would do
literally
it.
no shame in that at all. If someone's like, "Oh, that's a dumb show," you'd be like, "Yeah, I just made however
Yeah.
much per episode."
yeah.
Justin
Thanks.
says he also is dressing up as Robert McCall. Let's see.
We'll have to see who does it better, Bobby or Justin. Here.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate those chairs on comfortability, Bobby? It looks like he is stupid comfy. No, these are not very comfortable
No.
chairs at all.
Here's a little trade secret, Charlie. I'm going to turn to this side for you.
You got to switch the camera so we can see it.
Yeah,
Well, hold
go
on.
ahead and check this out real quick. This is how I sit the whole episode. My back does not touch
I
the
know.
chair
You have to lean forward
even a
bit.
little bit, because if I do, then it looks like I'm just lounging and way away from the microphone. So yeah, we sit very upright. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd call it a 2.
Robert here says the wife,
up.
myself, and some friends are going as a flock of flamingos. Tommy says I'm climbing over a fence in trespassing.
I'm climbing over a fence and trespassing.
Martin is dressing up as a zombie disc golfer.
Nice.
Cosmo and Wanda. Chris is dressing up as an employee.
Classic.
So anyway, all right, good stuff.
I like this. I dress up as my under par rounds. Also, I don't celebrate Halloween. Classic.
Need some DX racers.
Those are chairs, like gaming chairs.
Oh, I'm thinking about getting one of those gaming chairs that sit on the floor and they're just like a L or a swoop.
Yeah.
And then they have those speakers right there. And just
We can
sit
get them
back.
for the show also.
How are we gonna see you?
That's irrelevant.
Irrelevant. As long as you're comfortable in the chairs. How much do those chairs cost? They're probably pretty comfortable.
About $350.
All right. What do you guys say we get to the
do you
questions?
game a lot?
I've gamed like 2 times since I bought the PS4.
So basically,
Well, then I would say
yes.
it's probably not worth the investment of a gaming chair.
I know, but I've been moving and stuff, and So it was Sebastian's first night in the new place last night.
Did he like it?
He was smelling around, looking around.
Probably smelled your neighbor's dog.
Probably did.
What a butthead dog.
And he finally
That's my
settled
dog.
down and fell asleep on the little arm of the couch, and then he slept fine. So
Yeah.
it was good.
Nice.
He did good.
But speaking of those chairs, are we going to get gaming chairs for us
No.
here?
No,
Okay.
we're not.
It was worth a shot, Cody. Thanks.
All right, let's go. Oh, someone said I was supposed to be watching the Dodgers win Game 7. So didn't I'm planning on dressing up. So it looks like he was not
Wah,
a
wah.
Red Sox fan, Boston Red Sox fan. Did you guys even watch that at all?
I did not watch a single game of the World
I
Series
didn't
this
either.
year.
Watched some of it. It was good.
Yeah.
It was actually pretty exciting.
Yeah?
I mean, I was watching little like scores here and there on my phone or getting updates. Like the 18 inning game.
That was
pretty
crazy.
cool.
Yeah.
But other than that,
Someone has a radio show called The Disc Golf Talk with Justin Sane.
that's just insane.
Just doing my part to
Just
grow the sport.
in time.
Do we Justin?
Just
Do we
in
find that
case.
on like a podcast that we listen to, or like a literally have to tune into a radio?
That's what he's going for
Frequency.
Halloween.
Oh, is that what he's going for? Halloween? No, I don't. All right, let's get to some disc golf questions. It's hot in here.
A little bit.
Joel agrees.
It is, isn't it? It's a little warm. Joel's over here trying to fix Danny's computer because he broke it.
What?
Why? Why did he break it?
How do you break it?
Punch it?
Did he drop kick it?
He tried to, yeah.
was-
He tried to teach it the physics of flight.
He was he was practicing his Hulk Hogan drop kicks.
Oh, those are my favorite.
Got it. Yeah. Got a little excited.
All right, here we go. Uh-oh. Come on. There we go.
What? Okay.
All right, here we go.
There we go.
Hey, everybody, welcome to this episode of the Disc Golf Answer Man. I am Bobby Cool Daddy Slick Breeze. I have with me Eric, Prototype McCabe.
Proto.
Very early run
Very early run.
of Eric.
I am a very early run.
And Robert, he says he's going to shave McCall.
I'm gonna shave. There's no question about it.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm shaving.
All right,
Told
so
you.
what we're talking about is the No Shave November. We are going to participate in the No Shave November. Remember, you can go to, what is the link? It is, we have eight people on our team so far.
8 people.
Nice.
8 people on our team. You can go to the link, no-shave.org/team/DGAM, and you can join our team and see if we can try to get to $1,000 to raise money for cancer research. Tomorrow, I'm going to shave and film it.
I'm
Eric
probably
is going to shave and try to get some pictures or film it.
Yeah, I'll take a couple pictures.
I'll
Probably.
take some
like
pictures.
a before and after.
Yeah,
maybe,
and then
but
Robert do the same. Then we'll post it on the Disc Golf Answer Man Facebook group. Hopefully, you guys will do the same because we're going to see if we can bring some awareness to our team and raise a little bit of money. How are you guys doing today?
wonderful.
Pretty great.
Pretty
Actually
great.
not. It's really nasty outside today.
That kind of sucks.
It dropped like 10, 15 degrees since this morning.
Yeah,
Feels like it.
and it's supposed to rain.
So, Eric, I was looking at your Facebook. I was stalking, and I noticed that you were out on your new boat.
Dang.
On Sunday,
Yeah?
I was. Saturday, I played a tournament. I played disc golf.
Yeah.
I still do that. But Sunday, yeah, we went out. It was Denise's first trip on the boat, and we took the pups, and Maverick was introduced to a fish,
And
he wanted to eat it. I caught a bass, and he stuck his whole nose inside the bass. It was interesting.
did he panic or what did
No,
he? Oh,
he wanted it.
yeah.
Like, he wanted to chew on it. So he may not be making too many trips back out. Ralph, on the other hand, he
Yeah.
is clutch. He
Yeah.
just lays down and just checks out the scenery, and he's cool.
Like
he's all about it.
They're okay with the boat
Yeah.
swaying and stuff like that.
Yeah. And it wasn't too bad. It was like glass on Sunday, so
Yeah.
it's like it wasn't moving around a whole lot. But Ralph
Nice.
really enjoyed himself.
Caught some good fish.
Yep.
Good. Now, you were saying the Saturday before you played. Where did you play at?
Cottonwood Falls at the Boyce Bumgardner Memorial Doubles Disc Golf Tournament at Swope Park.
That was really well done.
Yeah. It's a course I designed a couple years back now. The gentleman, Boyce Bumgardner, he was the mayor of Cottonwood Falls, and he called me up, wanted me to come out and just kind of walk the property and just to see if there was any potential for a course to go in over there, and of course there was. We put in a fabulous course. Man, it's just so much fun to go out there and play that course. But he passed away last year, and we gave an award to him at GBO during the players meeting this year I guess it was. And then the club wanted to get together and host an event for him, and there was always this massive, I don't know if it was a walnut or an oak tree right by hole 1, but they hired a professional carver, I guess you would say. I don't know what the correct term is there, but to come out with a chainsaw and make a memorial for him, and they killed it. I didn't know what to expect, and it was so cool. It was like a basket on the top with actual chains, has his name on it, has his face on the side, a couple sunflowers, and on the back has a nice big plaque with a write-up about Boyce and the project, the disc golf course. And one really kind of sad thing is his goal, his long-term goal for this course was to be able to utilize it at the Glassbone Open. We did last year, but unfortunately he had passed away before the Glassbone Open, so he didn't get to see that. But we all were kind of joking and personally believe that he was there this past week and gave us immaculate weather.
It was incredible.
It was like 72 and no wind.
Yeah, mid-October in Kansas.
Just absolutely gorgeous weather. And
didn't you post that to your page?
The picture? Yeah.
To the Eric McKay page?
Do you need one?
I was going to bring it up to show our YouTube people
Yeah.
while you talk. I'm sorry.
But yeah, the event went well. I played with Gabe, and I played, which was pretty awesome. We played pretty well too. We actually ended up in second place, one off the hot round, and that's not too bad considering I don't think Gabe has even touched a disc since Glassbone Open this last year. So, but we got to play with the Esquivel not brothers, but Esquivels.
Team Esco.
Yeah, Lupe and of course Isaiah. So that was pretty awesome as well. And I just sent it to you.
There you go. So the YouTube people get to kind of see that, because I thought it was really cool how they did that.
Yeah, it's so awesome.
So apologies. I'll see if I can. I'll put it in the description, a link to it or something for the audio listeners if you want to check it out. But
Very cool.
I thought the YouTube people can kind of get a glimpse of that, because that
it
was
was
pretty
awesome.
cool looking. That was a cool thing. So
Yeah, and Robert was there as well.
Yeah.
He played as well.
Yep. My wife and I played our first competitive doubles tournament lifetime. Shay's only tournament that she's ever played, / competitive round, and it was super fun. We went out and enjoyed ourselves, and we ended up winning the mixed division by 2. We played with a couple here from Emporia who were really nice, and they were pretty good. And then we played against Paige Pierce and Alex Luthi from the retail store, and we got them by 2 this time. So
Nice.
I definitely didn't talk any trash to Paige about it, though.
probably not. Yeah,
I did.
That wouldn't be your thing.
Definitely talked trash to Paige about it.
Exclusively.
Very cool.
Yes.
That's cool.
So Shay doesn't play disc golf hardly ever. She'll go out with me every once in a while, but it was pretty awesome. She hit a couple pretty big putts. Hole 15 is like the 425,
Par 4?
whatever it is.
The island hole.
Yes. And I got my drive on the island to like 30 short headwind, and Shay just made it. I didn't even have to pick up my putters.
Nice.
It was fantastic.
I was like 5 feet deep.
Yeah, well, look at me. I throw far. And then we used one of her drives in the woods. It was like you couldn't walk up and place it in a better spot.
Nice. That's
So
awesome.
It's pretty sweet.
Very cool.
Yeah, we had fun.
Speaking of Eric, now that I have my computer screen up, I thought people would get a kick out of this too. This is Eric McCabe enjoying himself
Nice.
on the boat. So
Look
I
at
love
that.
it was. You said it was like glass almost.
Look
It
at
was.
that.
Look at the
Yeah.
reflection on there.
Yeah.
We all know there's nothing on the end of that.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
It's just a pole.
There's not even line.
No, nothing at all.
Good.
No. Oh man, I was gonna see if I can find that picture. Did you post a picture with
Maverick, it should be
yeah.
on my Facebook page.
that was. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Here.
Yeah, there you go. That first one.
Let me
Boom.
see.
There it is.
Hey, what's
That's hilarious.
what's this all about?
Just full nose. Full nose in there. That's awesome.
Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, so if you're listening and you're mad because you can't see it, just go follow Eric McCabe on
Yeah,
Facebook.
you'll
and
find
be able
it
to
on
see
there.
the pictures.
Or
yeah.
Insta. I think it's on Instagram. as well.
Instagram, yeah. Go follow Eric _McCabe.
That's
right?
the one.
Cool. So myself and Anthony, we drove out to Columbia, Missouri, and covered the Bring Your A game, Smoking Aces Championship, something like that. So we went out there and did some drone stuff. You can kind of see the cool drone stuff. You follow Uncle Bobby Jr. on Instagram, and then
Or Junior Worlds.
Or Junior. You know what it was? So I'm trying a new program called Rush, and it's kind of like a super lightweight video editor.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a way to directly publish to Facebook, and I had it all set up. And I guess for some reason it connected to Junior Worlds, other than my page. Because I remember going to my page and going, man, that failed. There's nothing up there.
Yeah.
And then like 10 minutes later, you sent
like,
that
whoa,
thing.
what's
I'm
this?
Like, what the? And then after a while, I thought, that's what happened. So anyway, you can go out there. Now, we went out there to film, did some drone stuff, but we filmed the lead card footage the second day, which is Sunday. And Anthony has already started working on that. So hopefully here in the next few days, you'll see that. And I was going to say who won it, but just in case people want to.
Pictures look pretty cool.
Spoilers, man.
So, of course, looked pretty nice. It was in Columbia, right? Was it not in Columbia?
It was in Wentzville.
Okay. Is that close to Columbia?
No, actually, it was like a 40-minute drive.
Oh, okay.
wow.
They were like one of the courses was in Columbia, but
was it Harmony Bends?
Yes.
Or Harmony Bend?
Bend, yeah.
One of the two.
And this one was at I thought it was New Mel, but they call it New Melly Lake, or they just call it New Melly for short.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a ball golf course. It's now a disc golf
cool.
course. And the trees changing, or the leaves changing colors
place
really
looks
helped.
beautiful.
But
Yeah.
it was beautiful. And I wish we would have taken disc, or I didn't take any disc, but I wish we would have went a little bit earlier and played a full round, because it looks like a good course. Now, it needs some time to get a little bit, because it's only a month old, so it needs to get worked a little bit. There are a couple parts where some of the pros were struggling, and I thought, man, what is? And then I'd look and I go, no, there's the line. There's another line. I think people just need to figure it out.
Yeah, it's
and
new.
work out the course
It's new.
and stuff. So, but so that's really cool. So if you're in that area and you haven't tried out that course, make sure you check that course out. All right, let's get to a couple questions before we move on with some other topics to talk about. What do you guys say?
Yeah, I like questions.
You like questions on the Disc Golf Answer Man? Here we go. Check volume. Go.
Hey guys, got a question about throwing putters. I currently throw the Warden when I need to throw a putter off the box, and I'm having a lot of trouble with off-axis torque with the disc wobbling and then turning over. Just didn't know what kinds of tips and tricks you had to get that to come out more clean, that I can use next time I go out to a field and work on it. And the other question I have is, when you guys are throwing your putter for a longer putter tee shot, how much power are you putting on it before you just move up to mid-range so you're not trying to overpower the putter? Thanks. Have a great day.
What do you guys say?
Good question.
I think his issue is potentially in the second question.
Yeah, probably so.
By ripping the putter super hard. I know if I go out and I'm throwing a putter, something like a Warden that's not exactly overstable, I'd consider the Warden stable.
Yep, very
relatively straight.
Yep.
So when you take a disc like that and you're just mashing on it and possibly even coming out flat, it's probably going to want to turn to the right and kind of cut roll.
Especially if you're torquing it too much.
Yeah, too much pop, too much power behind it. A disc like that, I love throwing higher with a lot more hyzer and getting it to flatten and then do the work that way. I don't typically throw too many putters off the tee.
Right.
I would much rather back off on a mid-range.
Yep.
And easily throw it down the fairway as opposed to putting a lot of power behind a putter.
Sure. Well, first things first. #Team Warden. Thank you for calling in on that.
But the problem is he's having troubles with the Warden.
That's not the disc's fault. Listen here, that's not the disc's fault. That's never. I've missed a lot of putts lifetime.
Basically,
but
listening to you.
It's never been the Warden's fault. Anyway, so as far as percentages go, I'm not going to throw my putter much harder than like 85, 90%. I'm certainly not going to throw it as hard as I can. I can put a good pop on it, and especially for me, like the Warden, as long as you let it go without that off-axis torque, it's just going to it holds a line. It's really, really good at line holding, whether that's straight or turned over or hyzer. It's great for that. I would think one thing that you'd want to work on is start at a slower speed, maybe like you're trying to throw 50%, and start pulling the disc through kind of slow, and then just work on accelerating. Instead of having it be like all fast from reach back to pull through, start with a little bit of a shorter pullback and then just kind of accelerate into that shot. Don't try to throw it much farther than, 120, 130 feet. And once you can kind of control the torque with that, the wobble with that, then you can start speeding that up a little bit. Most of the time when I throw putters, I don't reach back all the way, but I'm just trying to ensure that I'm coming out really smooth and starting slow, finishing fast.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I would practice.
Perfect. Next one comes from Jazar, I think.
What's up, Ricky, Bobby Brown? Robert almost had a signature Warden series. McCall,
No, that's
Eric,
fake news.
I already have 2 signature series discs. McCabe. This is Jezzer again.
Jezzer.
I just want to talk today about beer. The funny
Beer?
thing is, I actually got into disc golf because my cousin had invited me to play, and he said that he would be paying for the beer afterwards.
Fair.
But anyways, I just want to know, what are your guys' favorite beer? Mine is currently a German Heffenweiser, and the best one that I've had so far is from Live Oak Brewery, all the way out in Austin, Texas. So if you guys are ever in the area, you should definitely check out the tap room and their 9-hole course. So, anyways,
Is there
Yeah,
a fight
what's your
going on?
favorite-
down there?
Second.
beer to drink while playing or after a quick round. Thanks, you guys.
Robert, we're going to let you take this question. And,
Well, I am a beer connoisseur. That's what people have said about me all the time.
Did you say beer or
Beard.
deer?
Deer connoisseur. I also, I love venison.
Yes.
So that's all you need to know about me. Beer and deer.
so Robert doesn't drink beer, and of course, every now and then we kind of not really poke fun, but we always mention it just because
Sure.
he just doesn't drink at
I
all.
just-
And there's nothing wrong
I
with
just
that.
never got
obviously.
interested in it, to tell you the truth.
To be honest, I'm not a big beer drinker. I used to be a big beer drinker back in the Marine Corps days when you either were getting yelled at out on a hike or partying and drinking beer on the weekend. That's basically what you did. So it does remind me, though, of a quick plug for Derek Savory
Meat.
and his Hops and Heiser. This is the first one, right? This Saturday or Sunday?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So
I think is it this weekend or next? It's this coming
weekend?
Saturday.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that. Nice.
So it's something that he did back in New York, right?
False.
Oh,
well,
this
I mean,
is-
he used to run a winter league, but this is like the first time the Hops and Heisers part
Oh,
of
I
it
didn't-
came was
oh, okay.
because of Radius.
Okay. So he Radius is if you don't know, it's a brewery here in Emporia, very popular one. Of course, it's the only brewery in
yeah.
Emporia. But the two of the guys I know at least are disc golfers.
There's
So
a bunch of disc golfers from there.
oh,
yeah.
is there? Okay.
Yeah.
So, but there's a connection with them and us and GBO and everything. So anyway, Derek had reached out to them, had an idea to where we would have Hops and Heisers. You come in, you play a round of disc golf at different courses, and then afterwards that group meets up at Radius to have lunch, brunch, and beer, and get a little bit of a discount. So it's kind of a deal they worked out, and I always thought it was cool, and it's an idea for you to do in your area. If there's a brewery that's near courses or that have some disc golfers, why not make it a thing where you go play, go have some beers and stuff like that, or have some lunch or something like that. So
Yeah.
my beer of choice, and everybody's going to make fun of me, I know, but I don't care, is just pretty much
Bud Light with lime.
not with the lime. just straight up Bud Light.
Yeah, that's fine.
Michelob Ultra, even if I want to watch the carbs type thing. But of course, when you drink beer, you're
When you're gonna drink more than two.
yeah. And then, but now the fancy beer I like is Jeremy actually introduced me to Carlsberg, and I thought that was really good. And then there's a Japanese beer called Tiger. I think it's Japanese, and that's really good. But as
Just
far as
assume.
like the super stout dark beers, not for me.
No,
Now, Eric, you probably drink less than I do.
I don't drink a whole lot. No. In the summer, I like a good red beer,
Yeah,
like any type of beer with like tomato juice in it.
yeah.
I enjoy that. Have you ever had it?
I'm
Then
s-
don't say I'm just kidding. It's actually it's like almost like quenching. If you like tomato, you have to like tomato.
Yeah, I don't like tomato.
Well, then you wouldn't like it.
Yep.
It's not for you. But yeah, like I said, I don't really drink a whole lot. I like Guinness shakes from Red Robin. That's about it.
There you go.
So
All right, let's hear from Hans in North Texas.
Hey, Disc Golf Answer Man crew. Thanks for taking my question, which is about form and follow through. So you guys have talked about in the past how important good follow through is to form, but I do notice some top pros don't follow through all the way, that they still get really good distance and accuracy. Thinking of Katrina Allen, KJ Nybo, even Ricky Wysocki. And for Ricky, I watched the very first Jomez video back in 2012 when Jonathan snuck onto the course to get that video. Ricky was following through all the way back then, but he doesn't now. So I didn't know if that was for accuracy or did he just get injured and can't follow through all the way? So thanks for taking my question.
I guess I haven't noticed that they don't follow through all the way, or maybe their follow through isn't traditional in the sense that it goes, their arm past their shoulder. Maybe instead they're following through at point of impact and then just kind of bringing their arm up. I think that's more what Ricky does when he follows through.
yeah, I would say he has more of a up finish, and maybe he's talking about left arm coming through, because I know
maybe
both
so.
those names, they don't really follow like a spin almost. Like I know Katrina's very hyzer sensitive, like very much so. The angle she puts on her discs is she throws a lot of flippy stuff,
Right.
So it's a lot of hyzer flips, which works for her. It's great.
Definitely.
But I don't really notice anything like they don't follow through.
Yeah, no. Everybody follows through in some form or fashion.
Yeah.
Maybe they just look differently.
Could be.
If you were getting into disc golf, and I wouldn't recommend that being your type of follow through. That's something that they've probably adapted. Like you said, over the years, Ricky was probably following through differently in 2012, 2013. But I would recommend, not everyone can do what Eric does, which is like touch your opposite elbow.
True.
Twist
With-
it like
yeah.
a noodle.
But yeah, following all the way through so that your arm gets past your shoulder and kind of allows your body to turn around with it. I think that's the play.
Yep.
Excellent.
What was he talking about? Jomez snuck on a course?
Yeah,
I think he was saying like his first video was when Ricky was playing somewhere, and I guess maybe he wasn't hired to do it. He just went and did it.
Oh.
I don't know. I didn't know that. So.
All right, this one comes from Richard.
Ricky asking about follow through?
Yeah. Back in the beginning of I followed through a lot. All right, I accidentally hit mute, so let's try this again.
Hey guys, my question is, lately I've noticed that white plastic seems to fly really good, and across all different brands it feels the same, whether it's DGA or Innova or Dynamic or whatever. It seems like white plastic just seems to have kind of a different feel, and I was wondering why that is, or if that's just in my head. I also want to say I'm a huge fan of the show. Love what you guys do. But I've noticed lately your shows become more about your lives and where you're going and what you're doing and how good Robert is at disc golf.
Pretty
And,
average.
That's great, and I really do enjoy listening to that. But I really used to view the podcast as something that I learned from, something that was very informative. So I have a suggestion. Maybe you guys could do 2 podcasts. Maybe one where you actually talk about disc golf and discs coming out and stuff like that. And then maybe another podcast where you guys talk about yourselves.
Dang, harsh.
Have a good day. Bye.
Thanks.
Maybe you should find another podcast to listen to. No, I'm playing.
Oh, dang. He
I'm
went
teasing.
there.
I'm totally teasing, Richard. So here's you guys deal with the first one first, and then do you
There's
remember
nothing
what
to
it was?
deal with. It was just white discs are the same.
Oh,
And I mean, I'll disagree. I don't think all white discs are the same or feel the same. Sometimes the white plastic feels different from the colored plastics, maybe just because there's not as much additive in there. But that's literally the only thing I can think of.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Yeah, I don't know.
I haven't had that experience with white
I haven't
plastics
either
across
necessarily.
brands.
I haven't either. But I haven't really fondled a lot of white Innova discs either. So
So my thing is,
Am I wrong? I'm sorry.
The use of fondle got Joel right
Sorry,
there.
Joel.
oh man, I had my camera up. I could have shown Joel laughing. My thing with, okay, laugh now, Joel.
And go.
And
Fondle.
There you go. Got him on the iPhone cam here for the YouTube viewers. No, okay. So to address his other deal, I'm beginning to learn that when it comes to being in the public eye, doesn't matter what you do, you're gonna have one group of people that don't like what you do, and one group of people that really like what you do. The reason I say that, I've literally been out on a course and someone come up to me and say, man, I love hearing what you guys do.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really cool knowing the things you guys do that are just not the show. So keep on telling us your personal life. And then, of course, you got people like Richard that doesn't quite appreciate it on the same level. So
Thank you for your opinion.
thank you for your feedback, and we will take it into consideration. And there's always PDJ Radio you can listen to. No, I'm playing.
My gosh.
I'm teasing Richard. Next one.
What's happening?
Next one's from Caleb.
Hello, Disc Golf Answer Man. I have a question I was hoping you could answer for me. I've been playing disc golf since about 2001, but it has been on and off. Recently, I have been trying to play every day to really get better at the game. I have thrown a mixed bag of Innova drivers, Discraft mid-ranges, and Gateway putters for years, and I'm comfortable with the setup. However, I find myself wanting to try new things and have really enjoyed listening to the DGAM podcast and appreciate what Dynamic Discs is doing for the sport. So I picked up the Ranger H2O bag, a Maverick, an Explorer, 3 EMAC Truths in Fusion, Biofusion, and Lucid, some Classic Blend Judges and Classic Blend Deputies as a start to a new bag setup. So my question is, my distance right now is between 300 and 360 with a Star Valkyrie or Star Orc, and I can also hit about 325 to 335 with a Star TL. I have not had a ton of success with discs faster than about speed 10. I am looking to add a couple higher speed drivers to the bag though, and have been looking at the Captain and Trespass. Would these be the discs you would recommend to fill out the bag? Thanks again for all you do. Have a good day.
Nice.
Thanks for your question.
Well, first you're going to want to pick up 3 more EMACs.
You've got a good start with the 3.
Got a good start. You need 3 more in there.
That's fun.
And then backups. But no, I think the Trespass is a great one. It may be a touch more. It's going to be more overstable than your Valkyrie.
Mm-hmm.
And your, what was the other one? Was it Sidewinder?
Orc.
No,
was
Orc.
the other, yeah.
Orc. And I haven't heard that word in a while.
When they came out, it was like instant distance.
Yes.
Which was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
But, well, yeah. So I would say Trespass, and maybe even a Renegade would be another good one that's going to be get a little bit more distance out of. It's going to be a little faster probably, and it's going to fit perfectly between that Trespass and Orc probably.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to say the Orc's like a speed 10-ish if I had to guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Renegade's an 11, but flight-wise, I do think you'll get a nice controllable turn and fade out of the Renegade. The Trespass may turn for you just a little bit, but at that distance, it's probably going to be pretty stable. So
Or-
yeah, good compliments to the back.
Another great one is, have we talked about disc we're coming out with next year?
Not much.
Not much. Well, we have a disc coming out next year that's going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
For that.
I think you're going to like it, like a 9-speed-ish, pretty a little bit more understable than a Escape.
Yep.
So yeah, you might check that out later on.
Let's see.
On our other podcast.
Yeah, on the other podcast where we talk about other stuff, disc golf. Let's see. I can't remember if we told the audio listeners, but just in case you listen to this before Friday, November 2nd, Paige Pierce is going to be in the store.
Oh yeah.
Doing a live signature session.
Live signature
session. But you can order now up until Friday and put it in the order notes that you would like her signature, and she will sign it. If you listen to this after 3 p.m. Central, Friday, November 2nd, no go. She may not be able to sign it. No guarantees. The other thing I want to mention is GBO. We're going to keep harping on this because it's a going to be big again in 2019. Signups begin November 6th. So make sure you're ready for that. No Shave November. Go to no-shave.org/TNT facebook.com/team/DGAM and join our team as we raise funds for the No Shave November deal. And we're going to shave tomorrow, and we'll post it on our Facebook group. One last thing, because I just looked at my rating.
Hey, did yours change?
Mine went up.
Let's go. What are you at?
Like
From
10?
10, yeah, no.
Wow.
From 793 to 811.
Dude.
That's a big jump. What did you even do?
Talk to somebody at
Did
the
you
office.
did you play a tournament?
I played a tournament.
Which one?
I don't know what would have counted.
The only tournament you probably played?
The Radius Open.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Oh, and then, the match play event.
Oh, the match play
Oh,
B
like the
tier.
bonus,
Yeah, the match
Yeah,
play
the
B
bonus
tier.
B tier. I forgot you played.
Nice,
that.
Oh,
dude.
and then I played the Tulsa Am Jam in
What?
June.
Bobby.
I played 3 tournaments.
There's no way that
and I
that
pointed
June
4.
that June one did not just go on your update, correct?
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe
I would,
you
I
just
would
haven't-
hope not.
Maybe you just haven't checked in a long time.
Yeah, you probably haven't looked at it. in a while.
No, it did. June 26th was the last time they reported it.
The last time they reported what?
They posted a rating for me.
Oh, for you. So that one was on there?
I don't know.
It was in June?
It was in June.
Yeah, probably was. then.
Yes.
That would be
It
my
was
guess.
June 3rd.
Correct. Yeah, that was probably.
Okay, so that was probably that one.
Cool.
Cool.
Did you
so-
check yours? Did yours change?
I died. No. I don't know.
No.
Didn't look.
All right, next question comes from Penzami.
I think it stayed the same, though.
Yeah,
That'd be my
mine didn't
guess.
change either. We did joke about how
Hello,
awesome it
Disco.
would have been if I just dropped to $9.99. No,
Yeah.
just dang it.
$9.99.
Come on, man. I tried my best.
And then you just give up, and
You
next
would
thing
have
you're like
owed me
$8.20
at
next week.
least a queso and chips.
Heck
from
no.
Torch Talk.
No. Bets are bets, and
You would
I
have done
won.
it. You wouldn't have done it just to get the queso and chips.
I would have.
Okay.
If we got to torches and you were like, well, you are back under 1,000, I'd be like, yeah, I'll just buy
Okay,
the
I'll buy the
queso.
queso.
Let's buy
Totally
queso.
fine. I'll buy 2. I don't care.
Yeah, as long as we're eating it. All right, here we go.
Hello, Disc Golf fans.
Oh wait, we shouldn't have talked about Torchy's Taco, right? Because
That's
it's
for our
it's
other
not
podcast.
Disc Golf related, yeah,
No.
that'll be on our Torchy's Taco podcast.
Are you guys even going to ever do that?
Well, yeah, I'm trying to go this weekend. Why can't we go this weekend?
Because it's the Freedom Fest.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Bobby. Do you even care about local events?
Or veterans.
Or
'Cause it's Veterans
disc golf?
Hello, Disc Golf Answerman. Once again, Benjamin Pesonen here from Finland,
Hey.
leaving you this message. I just completed watching Country Club Classic. It was awesome to watch. It was very nice to see you play, Robert. You play very good. I was literally surprised how good you play. I know you are
Aren't we all?
consistent and good mental player, but I didn't know that you were that good in your form
Neither
of
did we.
disc golf.
Can we go to the
Uh,
next question?
My
He-
question
I get that a lot.
Feeding them to
partly
me.
about Country Club Classic, because I was wondering what discs you were throwing, and you did a good job of telling, but not all the time. So I was wondering that what was the blue bursty disc Eric McCabe was throwing, and I would love to see an updated in the back from Eric, and also from Robert, and also from you, Bobby. I know you look surprised, but let's continue. And those young guns, I would like to see Danny's and Anthony's in the back also, because
All right.
I can reflect as an amateur to their backs. So that's my question, and congrats for you, Robert, for your successful play in the Country Club Classic.
Thanks.
Yeah, keep it real. See you guys.
He doesn't want to see Joel's in the bag, though.
No, I know. He didn't say anything about seeing Joel's in the bag.
weird.
Sorry, Joel.
It's as if he didn't know he was in here.
I know.
Yeah,
How weird.
sad.
Nothing. So Eric,
Yes.
was it the getaway?
No.
No, it would have been a Ballista Pro.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Like a gold line Ballista Pro.
And then what was on? He asked one about you, didn't he, Robert? Or,
No,
or
he
just in
said
general?
since
didn't
I was
ask
on the
any
commentary.
specific ones.
Yeah, I said what disc I was throwing
Oh, I
most of the
gotcha, I
time.
gotcha.
I threw a lot of Ballista Pros that day though.
There seems to be a lot of people that throw a lot of top pros
Yeah.
that are throwing the ballista.
It's because
pros.
they're great. They're easy distance and like a good controllable stability. Yeah.
Super far.
Yeah.
Nice. As far as in the bags, excuse me. Yes, in the bags definitely need to be updated for the majority of our players. So that is on our list of things to do the beginning of the year somehow.
Can we do mine on my boat?
So yes, we need to do it
Can we?
while it's floating
Yes,
down. Yes,
yeah.
yes. I think that would be cool.
We'll take the boat out and we'll do an in the bag.
Here's my Lucid X trespass. I use this to scoop fish from the water when I've caught them. Maybe
that'd be cool.
Maybe I should
That's
stop
great.
saying that I'm like bad at disc golf, because a lot of people will say that to me. They'll be like, "I didn't know you were like you could play disc golf. I thought you were just like bad." Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for that. Appreciate the confidence.
I know. I don't do anything to perpetuate that, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's definitely not
It's
perpetuated
not
by
coming
anybody
from
else.
me. It's not coming from me.
Whatever, man.
Next one comes from
Thank you.
Adam. Yes.
Not you, Bobby.
Good morning, Bobby. Cool, Daddy Slick Breeze.
Nice.
Robert, the Hair McCall,
Thanks.
and Eric. Everybody should have at least 5 EMAC Truce McCade.
That's
6. You got
Six.
it wrong.
I have a 2-part question for you today. The first part is practical, and the second part is a hypothetical. So my question for you is, how do you fly with your disc golf bag? Is that something that you carry on, or is that something that you check in? And what precautions do you take with it? Do you throw extra padding in? You know, if it's just something that you carry on with you, is that, you know, you just carry it on as is, no big deal. The second part is a hypothetical question. Say you were traveling to a tournament and you happen to check your bag and your disc golf bag and they lost it.
Oh.
And it's right before the tournament. How would you handle that scenario?
I would cry. I think I would never check my bag, my disc golf bag.
You said the exact words I was about to say.
Yes, I would never do that.
Ever.
I always carry on the golf bag, no matter what.
Because, like,
And
all right,
I've never had issues with it
Yes.
either, carrying it on.
all right.
Even
So
on
you get to
some
the
smaller
tournament.
planes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here you are at the tournament, and you're just wearing regular clothes, probably a DD shirt, you know, because you wear those a lot. And you've got your disc golf bag. You can compete. Let's say instead you check your disc golf bag and carry your clothes on with you. You got all the cool outfits in the whole world.
That's true.
But no frisbees. So every single time I carry my disc
That's
golf
why
bag.
I fly Southwest. I can take 2 bags on.
Hey, hashtag ad. Thank you.
That's right.
Actually, we do really like flying Southwest. It's
Yeah,
pretty
I
great.
do. Yeah.
When I carry mine on, I carry a Ranger bag. I'll usually take the putters out of the side, or I leave the putters in the side, but take the disc out of the pouch that's right over the disc, the flat pouch, and just put that in the top compartment just so it doesn't slide around or whatever. Otherwise, you don't have to do a whole lot. It's pretty ready to fly.
Yeah. The only issue ever is backups. If you're flying to a
Correct.
tournament where you got to have a lot of backups, that's when sometimes I'll check them, but a lot of times I'll have my OGO backpack as well, the Renegade backpack, and I'll throw I could fit 7, 8 discs in that too. So
Yeah.
flying home from Europe,
Yeah, that
was a struggle.
Yeah, that was.
I actually did kind of check my bag because I purchased the warships when I was there.
Yeah.
And I put those in my carry-on bag, my golf bag, and put all my other ones in there. But it was flying home. It wasn't flying.
And it's not like you needed them the next day or
Correct.
anything. Hypothetical. This has happened to you before, though, where you've gotten to a tournament and didn't have your disc golf bag.
It did?
Right?
Yeah. Well, I got to a tournament, had my disc golf bag. That bag was stolen.
There it is. That's what I was thinking.
And that was the day before a national tour event.
Yeah.
Oh, that was with the KU?
KC. Kansas
The
City Wide
Kansas
Open.
City
Yeah.
Wide-
So how do you respond to that? Cry.
Oh boy, it was tough. The only thing that saved me that week was the DDRV was there, and I just basically went there and kind of picked out a bunch of discs, and some people, like teammates, I think Paige gave me a couple discs, a couple other people on the team gave me some discs just to throw, and it was frustrating. It was really hard to compete.
Oh yeah. Brand new bag.
Yeah, I still cashed, which was
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I mean, it's nothing like I'm no Paul Macbeth who got his bag stolen and then won a tournament or something.
Yeah, I think it was the Memorial or something.
I think
like
it's
that.
some small event in Arizona.
You may not have heard of it.
Nah. But no, so yeah, it's tough. It's not easy.
Yeah, that's not good.
Next one comes from Jason.
Hello, Eric McCall, Robert McCabe,
Hateful.
and Bob, Cool Daddy Slick Breeze.
Dude, that was mean.
Got you there. Long-time listener, first-time caller here, and my question is, so I am a predominantly right-handed backhand thrower, but in everything else in life, I'm a lefty. So when I was learning how to throw, I pretty much released everything on hyzer, and since then been having tons of problems releasing accurately on anhyzer. I'm getting better at it, but I really want to get down my rollers. So I'm trying to throw a roller with an Innova Roadrunner, which is a 9-speed -4 stability driver. And I tend to either air it out too much and get a big old flex, or just throw it into the ground and cut roll right off to the left. So any suggestions that you guys might have to help out with just getting that turnover right into the ground so I can get a good roller would be great. Thanks for everything you guys do, and I appreciate it. Later.
Was he driving without his seatbelt?
It's what it sounded like. Or a door was open or something like that.
You didn't hear it, did you?
I heard the ding.
Oh. You looked at me like...
Oh, no.
Talk about rollers. You're a pretty good roller.
Rollers are very tough. They're tough to learn, but 90% of the correct roller is the correct disc. And my suggestion, I mean, a Roadrunner seems like it would be understable enough for a roller.
Yeah,
I mean, especially if it's beat in. A little bit more beat in would probably be a little bit easier. But you're really going to want to almost force that over in the beginning. You know, really like over-exaggerate the roller angle just to get the disc down so you can see what it can do before picking the right disc and all that. Tons of different options you can use for rollers. I personally right now I'm rolling one of two discs, a Renegade and a Trespass.
Mm-hmm.
Both of those are going to be a little bit more overstable of a roller. So the
really
Trespass, for instance, I have to put a lot of power on it to get down, and most of the time I'm coming down with an angle into the ground. As where the Renegade, I can actually put out there a little flat, sometimes a slight hyzer on it to get the disc to do the work, but really it's just a matter of getting out and really forcing that angle over and getting the disc on the ground and seeing what it'll do. Rollers are tough, though, because you really can't control anything. Yeah. It's no different than an air shot, really. You can only control a shot the first 20 feet out of your hand.
Yep.
And then from there on, it's up to the disc.
Yep, for sure.
You can hit the line all day, but
sometimes it doesn't work out for you.
Not always.
The disc that I've been using to roll, I had been rolling a Renegade before with mixed success. That's my fault, not the disc's fault. Mm-hmm. I would get it sometimes, and then sometimes I would just totally miss it and get very frustrated. The disc I've been rolling recently is the Latitude 64 Fury.
I used to roll a Fury.
Yeah, and it's kind of like an out-of-the-box roller. I just throw it hard on a slight anhyzer, maybe 20 degrees of anhyzer, and just let it get to the ground on its own. I would say one of the things that I would recommend to you to try out is start the disc on like a 45-degree angle.
Yes.
And think about following through to the ground. Instead of popping it down, 10 feet in front of you, think of it as you're trying to lay the disc down 80 feet in front of you, 100. So you're not airing it out. You're not throwing a huge sky roller, but you're throwing something pretty hard, 45-degree angle, and follow through to the ground. That ought to help you to learn angles.
Yes.
That's the most important thing.
That's probably the biggest error is trying to air it out too far for the roller.
Right. I think, if you're just learning rollers right out of the gate, start with that 45-degree angle, and if it's still not standing up enough, then steepen that angle. Make it more 50, 60.
Steepen it or get a more understable disc.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Next one comes from Nick.
Hey guys, this is Nick from Fargo, North Dakota. So I was just wondering, I have kind of a weird thing that I do. I throw right-handed backhand, but left-handed forehand. So I was just wondering if you guys think it would be easier for me to learn a lefty backhand or righty forehand. Currently, I can't really do either very well, if I'm going to be honest. I could throw a lefty backhand with like a putter, probably right around the 150-foot mark. Like, it's really, really bad. And my righty forehand, I could probably throw maybe 100 feet. So both of them are terrible. But I was just wondering what you guys thought. Thank you so much for the answer, and keep it real.
I forgot that the last question before this, he said he does everything else left-handed but throws right-handed.
Yep.
That's what AJ Risley does.
Yeah.
he signs stuff left-handed, and then we go out to the course, and he's just a natural righty.
That's like Gabe. Is
that right?
He's a natural righty, but he played tennis. So that
yeah.
forehand motion,
Mhm.
he just started throwing left. He putts right, throws left.
Huh. That's like Steve-O's the opposite, right? Steve-O
Yes.
throws right, putts left.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, he throws left, putts right.
Is that right?
I think so. Right?
It's one of those. Who knows?
He does something wrong.
Yes, it's all weird.
Can he do it at the same time?
It's probably worth a try.
That would be so. You need to try that, Nick.
Right hand, backhand, left hand, forehand, same time.
Double ace. I'm telling you, that video will go viral. Do it.
Guaranteed.
I don't know the question
Yes.
now.
As a which one is easier to learn?
Yes.
A right hand forehand or a left hand backhand. It honestly is just which one you feel more comfortable with. I would say if your right hand backhand is your dominant throw, and that's the arm that you use most often, I would work on your right hand forehand. I can relate to this except for the left hand forehand part because I cannot throw those whatsoever. I had a decent right hand backhand and an awful forehand. So I resorted to trying to learn left-hand backhand instead. This was a long time ago.
That'd be so awesome to have both.
Yes, except for it's so freaking hard to do right. Like I could get them out to like 250 on a great shot for me, and I would still have so many misses that were just awful. So I would pick the side that feels most dominant to you and learn that shot.
Yeah, I would say whatever your more dominant hand is, that's the one you should probably focus on. That's going to be the easier one to learn.
Yep, I think so too.
Next one comes from Guilty.
Hi, Disc Golf Answer Man peeps. It's Jelte Visser from the Netherlands, and I have a question for you guys. What do you prefer as a tee pad surface? Concrete, turf, artificial grass, or small tiles?
A small child?
Like the tiles on hole 1 of Maple Hill, maybe? We are currently trying to get a new course in the ground and would like to know your preferences. Thanks what you do
Hit me
to
up.
grow the sport and providing us all this information. Keep it real and stay positive. Greetings from the Netherlands. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. And by the way, we see his name all the time, and we asked a lot. Jelte is how he said it.
Jelte.
Yep.
Jelte.
And he said Visser.
Visser.
It's spelled Visser, but he said Visser.
At the course we were at, the New Melly course, they had concrete tee pads. They were one of my favorite style, and that is where had good length.
Good length.
And they were like the sides of a sidewalk.
Good width.
Well, the size of a sidewalk at the beginning.
Oh, and they flared.
They ever so flared. It wasn't exaggerated, but just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So if you had a certain kind of run up, you could accommodate. And then it had it had the end, but then it had a little bit more, and it was in red. What is that called? What is that? What do they call that?
I don't know.
Red.
What was it, Anthony? Remember they said that that wasn't in play on the tee
Like a
pads
fault?
in New Melly, the red part of the tee pad at the front. As far as I know, it was. Right, but what did they call it? I can't remember what the guy said.
It was not in play, or it was in play.
He said for this tournament that's not in play, so you can go all the way to the end if you want. It would be like if you went over it, you would foot fault.
Kind of like, is it like Jones West?
Yeah, kind of like the bricks.
The bricks on Jones
what
West.
do you call that?
Well, I don't know what you call it, but we
Bricks.
put that in because of the, I guess, erosion past the tee pad, because everybody would step off the tee.
Right, and I think that's what these were
Yeah.
for.
Said they call it a foul line.
A foul line. Okay, so what? In this particular one, he said that wasn't in play. You could go, but I like
Nice.
that it had that option.
Yeah, I like that too.
That like if
I like that, but the thing with even the ones in Emporia on West, it is obvious. There's a red painted line. It's obvious where the end of that tee is. I see people all the time
Throw off the bricks. It's kind of dangerous.
It is. It's just concrete with brick, like they had
So that was my favorite. It was concrete, and then it had the little flare
What is that
to
called?
it. And
You know
it had the little foul line, so you could either have it
That's
in play
cool.
or not. But
That's your favorite tee pad? Kind of tee pad?
Yeah.
Cool. I like gravel.
Yeah, right.
Can you imagine?
Not hard packed gravel, mind you. Just
No,
regular gravel.
Just gravel.
I'm good with either turf or
He didn't even
concrete.
mention turf.
He did. He said turf like the second one.
I thought he just said concrete.
I'm almost
maybe he did. You can be
I'm
right.
almost
I thought he
positive,
just said concrete and then
I'm pretty sure he said turf
pavers.
because he's in the Netherlands and they've
That's all they do over there.
Exactly.
It seems like.
I'm good with either.
I like turf if it's done correctly
Yeah,
and it's
there
a
you go.
course that is going to continuously maintain the tee pads.
I like
That's the issue with turf.
With what?
If you don't take care of it,
Oh yeah.
like go out to the side over here, those turf tees over here.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you put turf in, and
Don't take care of
you don't maintain them. I mean, it's just not good.
I agree.
So if that's the case, if it's a course that you don't want a lot of maintenance involved with it, concrete tees. When a city approaches me and says, "Hey, we want to do tee pads. What is your suggestion?" I go, "Well, how much maintenance do you want to do?" None? Okay, concrete's going to be
Concrete
your
it is.
option. Then if you really want to put the time into it and have somebody out here working on it, then let's go with turf because that's probably not – I mean, concrete's probably the industry standard at this point still. I
Right.
think turf is making a run at that. But turf – I love turf. Don't get me wrong.
Same.
It's just so much work involved.
I'm with you, Bobby. I like surfing turf.
Surf and
also.
turf.
Surf and turf is good.
Surf is good. Hey, so let's do a real quick assessment and figure out and make sure that we've reached the level of disc golf talk that Richard is happy with.
Gosh.
Do you think?
I
You
think
just
I-
lost a fan.
I think we've had lots of disc golf talk today.
I'm just picking on him.
Well, to be fair, like most of our life is disc golf, so most of the things we talk about is disc golf.
Yep, that's true.
That is true.
So sometimes
Our
we
life
talk about
is
The
disc
Office.
golf.
Sometimes we talk about Torchies.
Sometimes we talk about torch.
Sometimes you guys talk about movies.
Ooh, I want to go see a good movie tonight.
Oh yeah, because it tonight's like half off or
Yeah.
$2 off or something like that.
Yeah,
What are you gonna go see?
probably Venom. Haven't seen it yet.
I don't want to see it again. Jeremy the Corn Dog has a question.
Okay, Jeremy the Corn Dog.
Let's hope it's about disc golf.
I hope it's not.
Hey, Disc Golf Answer Man. This is Jeremy from Utah. Really appreciate the show. Try and tune in whenever I see that YouTube live icon pop up in my feed.
Nice.
Thanks for what you guys are doing to grow the sport.
Is the corn dog on?
My question today is in regards to snap.
No corn dog.
I feel like many aspects of my form are good. I wouldn't say perfect, but I take pride in making efforts to improve my form and technique, and I feel like I've achieved what I can, honestly. But I feel like I've plateaued a little bit in regards to distance and kind of what I anticipate a throw to be. So I'm just curious if, maybe breaking the mold on that plateau might be snap related. I feel like it's a mythical creature in essence. There's a lot of talk of and perhaps sightings of it, but we all know that the professionals have a secret sauce that's being put on that disc as it leaves their hand. And I hope to get a bottle of it. So anyways, just curious what you guys are thinking. If it is snap, would, trying to focus on additional spin on the disc help? What do you guys think?
Release the Kraken. Oh. That was a commercial I kept seeing.
That's the bottle. That's
Yeah.
the mythical bottle. All right, so here's a thought. A lot of people when they see some of the top guys throw, top players, because I've heard a lot of female players who have this as well. When the disc exits their hand, you hear an audible snap. Right.
Arguably, the person who comes to mind the most is female.
Jessica?
No,
Valerie.
that one.
Oh, okay, yeah. I've heard. I saw Jessica Weiss play some recently, and
Does she have pretty good snap
on
too?
backhands.
You can hear.
I mean, it's loud.
I don't hear. I don't see her throw too many backhands. I guess.
Yeah.
Well, it's more now than.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's loud. But I mean, then there's guys like Drew Gibson comes to mind. His is very loud every time.
He told me that he snaps his left hand when he throws. Just
same time.
Yeah.
That's a good call. I like it. Okay, so a bunch of people think that I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is what I think about it. A bunch of people think that sound means that the disc is flying out so fast that it's your finger snapping off of the disc. In all actuality, I'm pretty sure it's just your fingers snapping into the palm of your hand.
It's because I listen to jazz music while I play.
And you're just snapping. I'm pretty sure that's just your fingers getting to the palm of your hand. So the players who do have that sound, maybe they're holding the disc a little tighter than others, but I don't think that necessarily equates to more distance.
No.
Personally. So
more corn dogs do, though.
More corn dogs definitely give you more snap. So you're already halfway there. What I would focus on if it feels like you're plateauing in your distance is a couple of things. One, and this is something that I'm going to be working on this offseason that I've been thinking about a little as well, but if your form has a bit of rounding to it, which means that you are reaching back but then leading with your shoulders instead of your elbow, like you're not allowing to get to those good 90-degree angles from your chest to your elbow to the disc, then it doesn't matter how much spin you put on the disc, you're always going to plateau a little bit.
True.
That's something
True.
that's something that I've been that I've had, I guess, not struggling with. I still play fine with it, but I'm probably about at my potential with my current driving form. So that's one thing that I would look at first. But then the other would be snap really comes down to acceleration. It's not about all-out speed. It's not running up fast. It's not reaching back fast and pulling through fast. It is going from slow to fast. That's what imparts so much spin on the disc. So if you watch those big-time power throwers, your Simons and your Eagles and those guys.
Double G's.
Yeah, I mean, they start slow, and then by the time their arm is, halfway through their body, it's like, holy crap, this thing is
acceleration.
Moving.
Yes.
So that's what it's about.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
How do you get better at it?
I would say the same thing as we talked about with the Warden thrower before, which was start with a small reach back and then work on that acceleration to where it's coming out clean, but you can feel that you're starting slow and finishing fast.
Yes.
And once you have kind of those, I guess, faster twitch muscles toward the end of the throw feeling better, then you can move that into a more full throw.
Bless you.
That's what I think.
That's good.
Sorry. Yeah.
I also love
and snap your fingers when you throw.
Left,
play
your
jazz
opposite
music.
hand.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. All right, we got time for one more question. This is from Christopher.
Christopher?
Christopher.
Hey, big boy, Baba Jabba, cool. Daddy Slick,
I like that one.
Robert and Eric. This is from Norway.
Wait, I want to hear that again.
Also, hey, big boy, Baba Jabba, cool. Daddy Slick, Corona, Breeze Rolling. Robert and Eric. This is Christopher from Norway calling. I was just out doing field work in a headwind, and I was really struggling with keeping the disc on a level plane. I feel like I was either diving it into the ground or it was being pushed way up in the air. Occasionally, though, I got some good drives. I guess I'm wondering if you have any tips to driving in a headwind. Thanks, and keep it real.
What say you?
Tips to driving in the headwind?
Yes, sir.
Throw more overstable.
All right.
And next question.
Tips to throwing into a headwind. For me personally, when I go out and play in headwind, and when I was up and coming playing in the wind a lot, I felt I was okay at it. I mean, I was known. Like, I remember people would always say, "Oh, great, it's windy. He's from Kansas. He's going to do well," which isn't always the case because you still got to perform.
Yeah.
But a lot of people think when you're thrown into a headwind, what they want to do is grab the most overstable disc they can and just rip it as hard as you possibly can.
Right.
That's not the case.
No, it's
For
not.
me, I like throwing, something pretty overstable, but not always am I throwing the most overstable disc in my bag into a headwind.
Mm-hmm.
I like to throw it probably more at like 80%.
Yeah.
Even you don't really want to just mash onto it because, I mean, you're not going to get the accurate distance that you would get just nice and fluid motion. You're going to get a lot more consistency out of throwing a disc more at like 80% than you will throwing it at 100%, especially into a headwind, because you just never know what's going to happen into a headwind.
Right.
So my suggestion is don't throw it as hard as you would probably think.
Yeah. Danny's made a couple of videos about this, about throwing into the wind and with tailwind. And what it comes down to is relative speed, right? So if I'm used to throwing at 60 miles an hour and now I'm throwing into a headwind, the disc is going to act like it's flying faster than it's used to. That's
Correct.
why it moves to the right a little bit more. So throwing into a headwind, what I do is stable up a little bit, usually pick maybe like a 1 or 2 speed faster disc than I was going to throw, and then slow down some so that I'm not just hammering it into the wind. That usually helps.
And it's also very, very angle sensitive.
Definitely.
You do not want to get too nose up throwing into a headwind, otherwise
No, you're
it
dead.
may end up behind you.
It could, depending on how nose up we're talking.
Yes. Yes.
Like MTA style stuff.
Yeah, like if it's a tailwind on a hole, sometimes I'll turn around and throw it the other way, and not really. But that would be cool to pull out during a tournament.
Yeah.
So what does our
You
YouTube
won't.
audience think of our 4-way split screen here
Whoa.
we got going here?
Well, there's no comments about it yet because
No.
we haven't caught up to it
Oh,
just yet.
okay. So
Are two of them? They're the same, right?
they're the
Yeah.
same, just diagonal from each other.
Wow.
Can you do one black and white?
I don't think so. I don't think I can.
This feels very Brady Bunch-ish.
Oh, it does.
If Eric Oakley was here, he would say Marshall. Freaking get that out.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of the Disc Golf Fanchman. We appreciate it. Keep sending in those questions, and maybe we'll have more disc golf talk on here.
Speaking of disc golf talk,
next episode. What?
I don't know.
Oh, speaking of disc,
I was just gonna invite everybody that's close to Emporia to come out to the Freedom Fest this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
That's Soden's great.
I signed up
'cause
last
It's gonna
night.
be awesome.
10
I need to
a.m.
sign up.
I'm playing the 10 a.m.
10 a.m. Are you playing?
I haven't signed up yet.
Are you playing?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
If you would, which
8, 10, or noon.
Yes.
I'm playing them all.
What? You're gonna have so many good scores.
I'm gonna have so much fun. I'm gonna go design the course this afternoon. So.
Yes, I won the 8 o'clock and the 10 o'clock and the noon in y'all's faces.
In your face.
All right, guys. We'll
I need 3 bonuses for that. By the way.
Are we giving away bonuses for non-sanctioned events now? Okay, cool.
Bye.
Bye.